In this video, I'm going to be giving you the pros and cons of indoor versus outdoor cats. Hello and welcome to the Cat Care Cove. My name is Suleiman, and along with my cats Bronwyn, Winifred, and Surprise, I give you cat care tips. So like I said in the beginning of this video, we're going to be discussing the merits and demerits of having indoor and outdoor cats. Now, full disclosure, my cats are neither indoor nor outdoor cats. They are, I would call them hybrid cats, because they spend their days in the house with me. You know, sometimes they go outside to explore, but they sleep outside at night because cats come alive in the night. That's when they want to play and, you know, fight and everything. So they tend to wake me up a lot at night. So I just keep them on the porch outside. So in doing that, they explore the surroundings and all of that. So yeah, my cats are not indoor or outdoor cats. They are hybrid cats. And I have a lot to get through, so I have some notes, so don't be alarmed by the iPad. So yeah, let's get into it. Here are some pros of having indoor cats. Number one is safety, because your house is safer than outside, or at least it should be. There aren't cars driving around in your house. There aren't stray dogs wandering through your house. There isn't poison littered around your house, or at least there shouldn't be. So your cats are relatively more safe in your home than outside of your home. That's one pro of having indoor cats. Another pro is that you are better able to monitor their health when they are indoor cats, because when they live in your house exclusively, you're the one who controls their food. Like, you know what they eat, when they eat, how they eat, and you can also monitor their litter behavior. So if there's anything out of the ordinary, you're going to be able to pick that up really quickly, as opposed to if they were outside doing whatever they do outside. Another pro of having indoor cats is that they will have less exposure to parasitic organisms like fleas and ticks, and in turn the diseases that come with exposure to fleas and ticks. You know, diseases like feline anemia and tularemia. So yeah, your cats will be safe from these diseases if you keep them indoors. So now we're moving on to the pros of having indoor cats. The first one is your cats are going to be more bored than they would be otherwise if they had, you know, the space and time to run around outside. Because unless you are extraordinarily wealthy, you're not going to have as much space inside as you would outside. And actually, even if you are extraordinarily wealthy, your house is never going to be as big as outside, so your cats won't have a lot of space to explore, and cats like to explore. So having indoor cats can lead to bored cats, which can lead to your cats having behavioral issues. You know, things like biting and scratching and knocking things off shelves, you know, things like that. And also like having litter issues. So yeah, that's something you might want to consider if you want to have indoor cats. So to fight this, you will have to enrich their lives, you know, play with them, make sure they have little nooks and crannies where they can go and hide, or getting your cat another cat so that it's not alone and it has someone to play with. And all of this is extra time and effort on your part. So if you live a busy lifestyle, this is just another thing you have to do. Now, here are the benefits of having outdoor cats. The first one is natural stimulation and exercise. When they're outside, there are infinite things for them to get, you know, distracted by. They're always here or there. You know, sometimes my cats don't even come home for like 12 hours sometimes once I put them outside, because they just explore, they just move around, they experience new things, they do whatever they do. I don't know what they do when they're not with me, but yeah, they just have more to go and experience. Another pro of having outdoor cats is that they will be able to express their hunting instincts, because cats are natural hunters, and if they're inside your house all the time, they won't have opportunities to hunt. But when they're outside, they will. They will hunt mice, they will hunt butterflies, they will hunt birds, whatever they can find to hunt, they will hunt. And it's good for them developmentally for them to be hunting. Even if they don't end up catching anything, it's good for them to express those instincts. Another pro of having outdoor cats is that when they are inside, they will be less destructive, because they would have tired themselves outside. So when they come inside, all they'll do is just sleep. And also they will be overstimulated from having been outside for so long. So once they're inside, all they want is just a cool, quiet place to relax. So they won't be as destructive as they would otherwise. Now, here are the cons of having outdoor cats. Cats generally don't like strange animals. Like, they're fine with cats and dogs that they know, but when they encounter cats and dogs that they don't know, they tend to fight with them, and this can lead to injuries. So that is something that you have to take into consideration. Also, accidents. They can get run over by a car, or like I said in the earlier part of this video, they can get ill from coming into contact with certain parasitic organisms. Another con of having outdoor cats is that they can get lost. Like, cats are curious by nature, so they will wander and they will wander far. And if they aren't very familiar with the area, they can get lost or even stolen. Like, people actually do steal other people's cats, especially when the cats are expensive and like they have a high resale value. So your cat can get stolen. So that's another con of having outdoor cats. Another con of having outdoor cats is that your cat can be attacked by a human being. Like, if you live in a hostile environment, like your neighbors don't like cats, that is a risk for your cat, because cats don't respect boundaries, they don't respect fences, so they will go onto your neighbor's property. So if your neighbor doesn't like cats, that's something that can be bad for your cat. Like, my cousin got a kitten this time last year and it kept going onto her neighbor's property, and her neighbor didn't like cats. Her neighbor was super religious and thought cats were the devil. So she set poison food out for my cousin's kitten, and the kitten ate it and died. So that's something you need to take into consideration if you're going to have outdoor cats. Now, the decision to have indoor or outdoor cats depends on what you want and also your environment. Like, do you have the space for indoor cats? Because cats need a lot of space to spread out. So if you have the space for a cat to be in your house all the time, then you will be able to have full-time indoor cats. It also depends on if you have enough time to care for an indoor cat. So there's no doubt that having indoor cats is safer, but there are benefits to having outdoor cats. So there are things that you can do to get the benefits of both. You can get one of those clear cat carrier backpacks, so you can put your cat in there and take them out for walks. Now, you have to be careful with this, because if you live in a hot climate, it can get really uncomfortable for your cat in that backpack. So this is something you might want to consider. Also, you can take your cat out for walks on a leash. Now, I don't do this because, I don't know, I just find it weird to like put a cat on a leash. But like, if your cat will let you do that and like you want to do that, then that's a good solution for having indoor cats that also experience outdoors. You can also give your cats supervised outdoor time, you know, take them somewhere outside like a park or something and just let them roam around for 30 minutes to an hour and then take them right back home. Now, if you want to transition your cat from indoor cat to outdoor cat, how I would do that is to gradually increase their space. So the spaces that they are used to, try and increase the space gradually. And what I mean by that is, for example, if your cat is used to only being in your room, then you allow it go into other rooms, and then you limit access to those spaces for 2 weeks. Then you add maybe the dining room next and limit access for another 2 weeks, and then you add your living room and then limit access for another 2 weeks before you introduce it outside. Anyway, that's all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please leave a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Also, I would like to know what kind of cat you have, indoor or outdoor, and what has your experience with that been. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Audio Jungle.